Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories, and as you know, today is Boxing Day, which of course we here at Gate of Theories felt that we should do a Christmas theory. So today we're going to be looking at the movie The Snowman and the Snowman and the Snow Dog. I think the idea of having snowmen and a child flying away off to the North Pole to see Santa is a great idea. But there's one strange thing about this idea, is that throughout all of the movie, no adult except from Father Christmas finds out about the flying snowmen. It's only children. So today we're going to work out how on earth the snowmen managed to hide from the adults. But before we go any further, we have a quick question for you guys. Can you guess the Christmas movie from these emojis? The answer will be at the end of the video. And before we go any further, just make sure you've clicked that red shiny subscribe button. These snowmen are so strange. They literally just picked up a random kid and have just went randomly flying, and no adult seems to notice them. And so many snowmen do them because, as we see at the North Pole, and as we see while we're walking through the air, we can see so many different snowmen flying with the one snowman. So how come no adult seems to notice, and how come no child seems to tell their parents that, oh yeah, mum and dad, I just flew with a snowman yesterday? It just doesn't make any sense how on earth these snowmen are managing to hide that the snow is coming to life, how they're managing to hide this thing from the adults. So instead of looking at every single adult on the earth while the snowmen are flying, let's just look at James's parents and see how on earth they did not notice how the snowman had taken their kid and went away. To do this, we're going to look at each step where James is near his parents while the snowman is moving and alive, and see how on earth the parents don't seem to notice James and the snowmen. First of all, we see James building the snowman, and that's completely before the snowman has came to life. So let's skip ahead to the part where James first sees the snowman come into life. What he does is he can't go to sleep, so he ends up sneaking downstairs. Now, here's the first thing. How the parents didn't hear him sneaking downstairs, I don't know. And then what happens is he looks outside the window and the clock strikes 12, meaning the snowman is about to come to life. And as soon as the snowman does come to life, what James does is he looks really shocked. Of course, we don't know what he says at this point because it's crowded by music in the background. But if you've just seen a snowman coming to life, and with that facial expression he has right there, it obviously seems like he's going to say something like, and be like really loud about it and all of that stuff. Meaning the parents should probably hear him, but they don't. He then opens the door, which of course, seeing as it's snowing outside, it should let loads of cold air into the house and then eventually make its way upstairs to the bedroom. But still, the parents do not get up. The snowman then goes into the living room and starts touching the cat. And the cat suddenly gets creeped out by it, and in the music background we hear a trumpet noise like something really scary or shocking or surprising has happened. And when that happens to a cat, it makes quite a loud noise, loud enough for parents upstairs to hear and wake up thinking that there might be a burglar or something. But still, the parents don't hear them and don't get up. The snowman then starts rattling the Christmas tree, which of course has baubles on and bells, which if you start rattling it, it's going to make quite a lot of noise. And then he rings one of the bells on purpose, but still, the parents don't hear and they don't get up. The snowman then puts on the TV, which of course is going to make so much noise, and the parents don't seem to hear it. And then the snowman is starting to be affected by the fire and knows he's going to melt. So he starts shuffling around a bit, which of course is going to make so much noise, but still, the parents never wake up. They then go into the kitchen and start running water, which of course is going to make so much more noise. And they then start going back up the stairs. Now, this isn't relevant at all, but the snowman has only been in the house for a couple of minutes, so the animators obviously didn't know what the time was back then. It was only 12 o'clock a couple of minutes ago, but now it's 8:05, which doesn't make any sense, but back to the original point. They then do the craziest thing ever and go into the parents' room. And James tells the snowman to be quiet, but I think they'll notice if someone's in their room. And then the snowman, you can see there, he's actually starting to touch the parents. I mean, what is he doing? Of course they're going to wake up. And then he starts fiddling around with all their stuff. And as we can see, James is now laughing. And how they are not woken up yet, I have no idea. The snowman then starts putting on makeup, which of course is going to make some sound, and they're saying to be quiet, and then they decide to start trying on random clothes. I mean, how have the parents not noticed that they're not up yet? It just doesn't make any sense. The snowman then starts feeling like he's about to sneeze, and they really quickly put all the clothes away, because I don't think a snowman could hold its breath for a long time. And they start running out, and how the parents don't know that. And the noise you make when you actually have a sneeze is ginormously loud. The snowman then goes into James's room and opens a music box, which of course is going to make a little bit of noise. The snowman then starts dancing to the music box, and that is going to make a lot of noise. He then trips over some toy guards, which are like a bunch of dominoes, and clash onto one another, which is going to make some more noise. The snowman then by accidentally starts the train track, which of course is going to make noise. And then the biggest one of all, the snowman then ends up roller skating into a bunch of balloons and makes everything crash to the ground, including himself. I mean, how have the parents not woken up yet? It just doesn't make any sense. And now for the thing that I think would have made the most noise, and that should have definitely woken up the parents, is that even more noisier than when the snowman and James actually went into the parents' room. The snowman and the James end up leaving James's room and go outside back into the snow. They then go on a motorbike and start driving around the backyard, which of course is going to make a lot and a lot and a lot of noise. I mean, I get woken up by a motorbike, and the motorbike is going to make so much noise, and how the parents don't wake up, I do not know. The same sort of thing happens in the Snowman and the Snow Dog, except from in that movie, instead of going on a motorbike by someone's house, they go on a plane, which of course is going to make a lot of noise. So how none of the parents are waking up, we don't understand. So the Snowman does so many things throughout the movie that could wake up the parents so easily, which is wondering how on earth he does that. So I've managed to come up with, it's sort of a dark theory and might change the way you look at the Snowman movie the next time when you see it. But it's that the Snowmen people are very evil. In the movie, it's like the parents are being forced to sleep, like the snowman is actually making them sleep so that he can do whatever he wants, make as much noise as he can, and the parents won't get up. So it's like the snowman has put them to sleep, or in other words, put them in a coma, and that is what all these snowmen do. They decide to put each adult in a coma so that they won't notice the snowmen. Now, of course, we know that James isn't the only child who sees the snowman, as of course in the Snowman and the Snow Dog we have the other boy who goes off with an adventure in the snowman, and in both movies there is always someone sitting out of a window and looking and seeing the snowmen flying. So obviously this effect of the snowmen putting people into a coma only happens on adults and not children. Now, some of you might be putting in the comments section that there is sort of a Snowman and the Snow Dog part 2, which is where the person from the snowman and the snow dog is all grown up and has a wife and child, and ends up seeing the snowman again and sees him come into life and all of that stuff. And you might be saying that my theory, what I just said before, doesn't make any sense, because I said that all of the adults are going to be put in a coma. But how this theory works is that if when you're a child you have met the snowman, then when you're an adult it doesn't put you in a coma and you understand all of these things. So obviously, as soon as the wife is being able to see the snowman come to life, obviously means that she saw the snowman when she was younger. And I have actually theorized about who this wife might be. The clip that I just showed you before about the little girl looking out at the window, that looks exactly like the wife. So my theory is that that little girl right there is the wife of the person who travelled with the snowman. So guys, that is my theory on how on earth these snowmen can travel around without any adults noticing them. If you did like this theory, then please like it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and keep your notifications on so you get notified whenever we make new videos. Tell us in the field section down below what you thought, and if you had a good Christmas, and a happy new year to you all from Gate of Theories here. And the answer to the emoji question is the Polar Express. If you did get that right, then please tell us that in the field section down below. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.